Alright, so this is going to be day 2 of trying to find my queen. Once we find the queen, we can make that artificial swarm, and then we can let the other hive split. So one problem that we have today that we did not have yesterday is that we're going to have a lot more bees in here because they don't have a super to kind of hide out and work in. So I don't see queen on that one. We're just gonna take this a frame at a time and hopefully we find her in the top today. If we don't find her today, we're just gonna squish those swarm cells. So put some behind a little bit. And it gives us another couple days to find her. We finally found the queen after about 30 minutes of searching. So there she is in the bottom right. So we are going to put her into this new nuke. And that way she can continue doing what she is doing. And we are going to kind of create like an artificial swarm because these friends want to swarm. So we are going to take her away. We're going to give her at least a, like, we just want to find brood in all stages, right? So that's her. So we're going to move her to this box. And a lot of friends decided to join this box over the night. So she is in the box and safe. So we are going to give her this full frame of food. I'm kind of going to check to see where she's at so I can push her against that frame without having to worry to kill her. So she's still in the right by my thumb, right by my pointer finger. So I'm going to push her up against that so we know that she's not going to get squished. Now what we're going to do is find frames that are going to support her in that population. So we really want to find some good frames, but we have to make sure that we do not give her any frames with queen cells on them, because if we give her frames with queen cells, then she's going to want to leave. So this one has the queen cells at the bottom, so we don't want to give her this. And this is also a good frame to kind of leave to keep this population going. So we're going to leave that there. Look at this next frame. This frame's also good, but it has those cells at the bottom. So I'm also going to leave it. But we may have to scrape some cells off the bottom, because that's all like brand new brood that wants to come out, right? And we want brood in all stages. So I keep kind of looking at these. So this is a great brood in all stages, lots of nurse bees, and lots of room to lay. So we're going to give this one theirs. We're also going to kind of transfer these guys to an 8-frame box as well. What I'd like to find now is like a good solid frame of capped brood. That one's not going to do it. And that one's not going to do it. So let's see if we can find a good solid frame of capped brood. Oh, there's some good capped brood. So we'll give that one to this one since there's some good capped brood on it. And then we're going to start moving these frames over here, making sure that they have a good queen frame. Scrape that off the bottom. So that one has some capped brood on it too. So we're gonna take these two. These guys are gonna go with them. And that gives us 2, 4, 5 frames. Alright, so now we kind of got to rebuild. So let's take a look at this frame, because we need 8 frames. So lots of pollen, it's a good food frame. Leave that on the outside. There's another good food frame in here that's just all capped. So we're going to take that because we want them to have a good capped end frame. So this one's a great capped end frame. They can have that. And then these 2 frames are the ones with the swarm cells on them. So make sure that they end up in this box, because there's an egg in that one, an egg in that one. And then egg and royal jelly, that one kind of got destroyed. And they got an egg in that one, so that's all good. So they got about 4 cells that they are ready to roll with. What they don't really have is so I'd like to see more like in different phases. So I wonder if we can find a frame that kind of has them in different phases. So I got 6 frames in there. Because it's going to take them a little bit. So the queen has to hatch, come out. One thing that this hive did not have is a bunch of brood in the different phases. That's kind of what they are lacking here. So I think I would rather have this one have that good frame of different phases rather than this one. So let's see, what was this one like? So this one has some larvae. I'm trying to look down there to see if they have eggs. Good. So this one has lots of larvae and eggs. So that one definitely needs to go into this one because they're going to be pretty weak here in a couple weeks. Alright, so that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with my 2 brood frames with queen cells right in the middle, and my other brood frame on 3. So you're kind of putting in these in a little strategically. You want your brood in the middle because that's where the bees keep it warm, so that's a lot of food, so I'm going to put that more on the outside. It's pretty empty, so I can go in this slot here. Alright, so we got a pretty good population of bees in the nuke. Squish our frames together. So I think I want to give these guys kind of a good population of bees. So I'm going to shake a couple frames of bees in them. So you can just kind of grab your frame, stand over the top, because they do not have a queen now, so they're going to be a little spicy here for probably a couple weeks. Alright, so I'm going to close these guys up and shake this frame down in there too. Got some brood on it. And all the forager bees that are out are going to go back to this home hive as well. So these aren't like the only bees that are going to end up in this one. So like any forager bees that leave this home nest, like my guess is most of these are forager bees as well. Alright, so that's a great outside frame. Alright, so that's where I'm going to leave this hive. I'll grab its lid, put it on top. Alright, now we got to reconstruct this hive. So our queen's in the nuke. Cover that up. And now we got to kind of combine these two in a new spot here. So, new hive box. Check this one out. What's this one looking like? Pretty empty frame. Those two together. I'm going to put this friend on this outside. So I'm going to put this one on this outside, so I'm going to put it down so I have room to work that other nuke in here. Alright, grab our nuke where the queen is. And we do have a good food frame in here now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, so A, I need to make sure that the queen is going into this new hive. And B, I need to make sure that there is no queen cells. Because if there is a queen cell, then they're still going to swarm. And everything we just did is for nothing. So I need to find her, which she was on the other side, so I don't really expect to see her move quite this much. Make sure there's nothing going on at the bottom, because that's where your swarm cells typically are. Again, looking for that queen. Alright, so this was the frame that she was on. Not seeing her, so I'm hoping she's in that last frame. Oh, nope, there she is, right there, dead in the middle. Cool, so she is safe and sound. My eyes are on her. I'm gonna carefully put her in this box. And push the frame over. She is safe in that hive spot now. That is perfect. I'll slide all this over so I can get that frame right in the middle here. And that was a good outside frame. So wonder if there's any room for laying on it. Oh, there's a little room here. Little room, we'll put it down right in there. Smush them all together. Alright, and just like that, we have completed the split.